Hi folks, hope you're okay today. I just wanted to make a quick video. The reason being, the Lord defends us. We don't really have to defend ourselves. But I think the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, when he was being attacked, had to defend his position. And I feel that the Lord will defend me, but he does allow us to defend our calling. I have been called to be a preacher of the Word of God, and in effect, I'm operating as a missionary. And God has honored that call, and God has blessed me in that call. And I have many critics out there on the internet who say nasty and vile things and make horrible comments on videos and social media. And all these comments and nasty things, one of the things that they say is I'm unemployed and whatever, and that's just a downright utter lie. I've not claimed any unemployment benefit for something in the region of 15, maybe 20 years. So again, nasty lies being spread out there. You know, people can criticize or judge, but I do more than, say, the average minister who works in a church. I do a lot more than the average minister. Most ministers, 90.9% of ministers, don't go out and on the streets preaching and doing evangelism. I do that regularly, and I preach not for like 20 minutes, but I can be preaching 5, 8 hours solid physical preaching. And not just for one day, but every day. So that takes an enormous amount of emotional energy. On top of that, I run a fellowship, and there are needs in that fellowship. People need to be encouraged. There are Bible studies to do, there's sermons to do. So I do as much as, if not more than any minister who may be paid 20, 30,000 pounds. And I don't have any kudos for that. I don't have any great salary for that or whatever. I'm just doing it for the Lord. So when people are criticizing and saying, oh, he's unemployed or he's this and that, they don't know even a fraction of what goes on behind the scenes. Even when I wasn't at my best, I was quite emotionally wounded and doing videos that were not healthy, that were ungodly years ago when I was a broken man. I was still doing a lot of good work even behind the scenes. I spent most days or many days doing missionary work amongst Muslims, and it was very dangerous work. I'm living a very fulfilled life. I'm living a life where I'm so blessed and so happy. God supplies my needs. When I was on a leadership team and I needed a car to pick people up, take people, somebody bought me a car. A friend at church bought me a car. I don't need that car at the moment. So I sold the car. So what I'm saying is, like financially, money comes in. Money's been coming in regularly. People have been donating generously. When I'm out on the streets, people come up to me and give me money to support me. And so, you know, God has been faithful, and I have supporters that support me in prayer. I have a good team that I work with on the streets of Manchester, 9 to 13 people. There's good connections in Liverpool. And, you know, God is really blessing what I do. And he's with me. Years ago, I fell on difficult times. I'd made many videos that were ungodly because I just went into a deep depression, and it was a very difficult time. But rather than people actually instead of judging you, rather actually getting behind you and supporting you and saying, you know what, this guy is gifted and he's doing what God is calling him to do, and he needs support and encouragement. That's what you should be thinking. You shouldn't be listening to these negative voices that make comments. And people really who, there are people on the internet trolls that will say things and they can push people over the edge, make them commit suicide. And you have to understand these kind of people are trying to do that. They're trying to push people over the edge. And when you read their comments and you take on board their thinking, you're playing into their hands. You need to not listen to what they're saying. My website is jasonburnspreacher.com, jasonburnspreacher.com, jasonburnspreacher.com. That is a true representation of who I am, jasonburnspreacher.com. That is the real Jason Burns. What my enemies, and I have many enemies because I'm very famous amongst the atheist community, and famous with American atheists, and there are videos out there by 10 atheists that have 30, 40,000 views about concerning me. So I'm quite famous out there on the internet, and so I get a lot of them try to make a narrative about me, and then try to get you to believe that narrative, and that narrative isn't true. That narrative is a barefaced lie. These people spend their time trying to destroy other people's character and assassinate them. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to push that person over the edge. They're trying to say push me or whoever they pick on over the edge. And you shouldn't feed that. You shouldn't feed that by reading their comments. You should just ignore them. And that's why they have an archive channel of my old videos, which are crazy videos, and then other archive channels. And what they're trying to do, it's a plot, a total utter plot to destroy a man of God. And they don't pick on R.C. Sproul, they don't pick on John MacArthur, they don't pick on Al Muller or people like that. They pick on me, and the reason why they pick on me is because I have challenged them. I've challenged their nonsense. I've challenged what they've had to say. Maybe sometimes not in a godly way years ago, but they don't like that. And so they always have that agenda where they want to destroy that person and obliterate that person. And the way they do it is having these archive channels, letting people comment, and they throw out nasty things, and the things that are not engendering debate or discussion are just pure hatred, pure maliciousness of wanting to destroy a person's character and reputation. If you go and feed on that, then you'll get their mentality. But the reason why I don't allow comments is I've allowed comments just recently on my videos, is because there's a small minority of internet trolls that will target me, and they don't engage in debate and discussion. It's just complete utter cyberbullying, and I've had that for many years. So that's why I don't allow comments. And it's important for you to stand with me as Christians, and to pray with me, and to stand with me, and to support me in ministry. Because if I have people who support me and stand with me, then they won't be doing that as much. They don't do that as much to Bible Thumping Wingnut or Rabbi Zachariah, because they have a large community that supports them. And if people see the kind of things they do, it'll destroy their own movement. But because I don't have that wider support of backers on the internet, then they try to pick me off and try to destroy me in that way. So it's important for Christians to stand with other Christians and to say, you know what, this is my brother. He's gone through a lot of attack over the years on the internet, and he needs our prayers, he needs our support. We need to stand with him. Because, all right, he's made mistakes in the past, but he's a man of God. He loves the Lord, and he's doing a good work, and we need to stand with him. We've all made mistakes in the past. You've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. And, it's about the cause of Christ. It's about standing together. So from time to time, I'll be making videos, Bible teaching videos, whatever, every now and again. I have my website, jasonburstpreacher.com. And I just ask you to stand with me in prayer, stand with me as a friend, and to stand with me. All right, I'm basically a missionary in the West. I'm a missionary in the UK, but I want to eventually go to other European countries. I want to go to America. I want to go to India and Africa. I'm a missionary, really. And as a missionary, I need your encouragement. I need your support. I need your prayer. God provides. We have literally thousands of pounds of literature sent us from all over the world. The house is brimming with literature, Christian literature. And then we supply other evangelists. I'm often giving evangelists booklets. I supplied a few weeks ago a whole church with literature. I took from my house 20 boxes of literature to another church to supply them so that they could do mission. I supply other evangelists with the literature. So there's a missionary enterprise going on, and it's as big as any missionary society. The house is like a missionary society. It's a hub of mission. And so you're involved in that. I need your support. I need your prayers. I need you to stand with me. I need you to watch my back on the internet. I need you to not be listening to these negative voices out there, but to be looking at me as a person who is trying to serve the Lord and do his will and reach out to the lost. And I made mistakes in the past on the internet. I went through a very difficult time years ago, but I've come through that, and I'm a better man. I'm a different man, and I'm back to who I am, and I'm living a very fulfilled life. I'm touching lives. For example, there was a couple. There was a guy who wasn't well. He came to the table. Some weeks later, his mum got in touch with me. Said he was in hospital, and I went to go and see him. And he was struggling and being in his mind. And I went to see him, and I've helped that family. I liaison with the mental health professionals, and I helped that family. A few weeks ago, that family came up to me at the table, and it was a wonderful thing to see the young man and his mum together when they were in a very difficult place. That's just one example of many examples where God's used me over the years doing this ministry of evangelism and street preaching. And it's a very difficult work out there. It's very, very hard preaching in the open air. Very, very hard. And it's very hard doing it when you're single. I need a wife. But it's very, very hard. And I've got a great team. I've got great people around me, but it's still not easy. And then I love to make videos. I preach and teach the Bible every week. So I make Bible studies. And I like to be a character sometimes, and I make funny videos every now and again, or a silly video every now and again. But I'm a serious Bible teacher and an apologist. And I like to do apologetic videos. I like to preach and teach my notes and sermons that I've done in this fellowship and put it on the internet. And I just like doing that. I enjoy doing that. And that's where I'm at. I'm not particularly interested in engaging the atheist community on the internet. I don't find them remotely helpful to me in any way. I don't find that they engender the best in me. I'd rather just be doing what I'm doing now, and I'm enjoying it, and God is blessing me in that. So I'm asking you for prayer and for your support, and for you to stand with me. and to be accountable. We're all accountable, and you're my brothers and sisters out there, and I'm accountable to you. So keep in contact with me. Get on my website, jasonburnspreacher.com, and keep in contact with me. You can contact with me. You've got my mobile number there. You can email me from there. You can see what's happening on Twitter. You can see what's happening on Facebook. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, we can even talk on video call. So there's lots of ways of communicating with me and keeping in contact and supporting me in prayer. So, so God bless you and have a lovely day. And I just value your prayers. I'm a missionary in the UK, and I need your support. I need your prayers. I need you to stand with me. Forgive me for the mistakes that I made in the past on the internet. I made some cracking, horrible mistakes. It wasn't at my best years ago. This is the best. This is the best Jason. This is the real Jason. The Bible teacher, the preacher, the missionary, and the apologist, who's at full strength of being who we should be in God. And I need you to stand with me and to pray for me and to be there for me. And not to listen to my enemies out there. I have many, many enemies on the internet because whether I like it or not now, I am very famous, whether I like it or not, on the internet. Some would say infamous, but I am famous. I am well known around the world, whether you would like it or not. I am well known. And because I'm well known, I have a lot of enemies who don't like the fact that I'm a preacher of the gospel. And I need you to stand with me and to help me to be the best that I can be and to spread the gospel. So thank you for listening, and God bless you. Jason Burns, preacher.com. I value your prayers. God bless you.